I've been a maker since, well, before I was old enough to really hold a hammer. For instance, when I was in the fourth grade, Star Wars: A New Hope had just come out originally, and I totally fell in love with it. The toys had already come out, and they were amazing, but no lightsabers. And that's the only thing that I really wanted after seeing that movie was a lightsaber. So that year, I made my first lightsaber, which was made out of a silver metallic flashlight and those little tubes that you would put in your golf bag that would help organize your golf clubs, I suppose. They were translucent, and I ran some the green film that they used to wrap Easter baskets in. Ran that in there. For the time and for my age, I thought it was amazing. Since before I was born, my father had come home with a bank of industrial black lights. So when I was growing up as a real young kid in the late 60s, early 70s, we had a glow-in-the-dark Christmas tree because of the black lights. At Halloween was always amazing with lots of decorations done in fluorescent paint. Everything would glow. So my second lightsaber was made out of a broom handle or a broomstick and painted with green fluorescent paint, one green and one red. So that had the advantage of being able to hit things with it as well as glowing very brightly. I was very impressed with myself. Now, my third attempt, which used a handheld cassette player, which was about this big, for the sound effects, was a little bit of a setback. But I've been making stuff ever since then. Here are a few of the things that I've made more recently. Some of them less recently, but still. Mostly because my kids asked for things that either were cheaply made, so they'd ask me to buy something and it was just so cheaply made, or just looked cheesy. So, for instance, we were at a fair and my son wanted this little flat wooden shield that was made out of a piece of plywood and just flat and had another piece of, I think, foam skull glued to it. I think he wanted like $35 for that. So instead of that, I made him this. I'd asked him what he really wanted, and he said he wanted the dark link shield. So I made this for him. It's got a nice little strap on it so he can put it over his shoulder or hold it. My daughter wanted to be Merida for Halloween, and she wanted this little plastic bow that looked terrible and wouldn't have even been close to big enough for her size. So I made her this bow. It's got all of the little accoutrements. It works. So I've been doing this for a while, and I thought it was about time for me to, pass the skills on to my kids. And to be totally honest, they're just not particularly interested. So instead, I thought I'd pass my skills on to you. That's why I made this YouTube channel. As part of that, last year for Halloween, my kids just could not decide what they wanted to be for Halloween until like 3 days beforehand, and they decided they wanted to be Mandalorians. Well, that wasn't enough time to do anything. So this year, I'm making full Mandalorian armor for the three of us. Boba Fett for me, my son will be Jango Fett, and my daughter will be Sabine. Sort of your three favorite Mandalorians. So I hope I can take you with me on this journey of making 3 sets of armor with all the extras in this series that we're putting together right now. So let's be honest. I know I'm not the most exciting YouTuber that you could watch. I'm plenty of fun with a group of my friends, but as far as me giving instructions, then you throw in a video camera on top of that, and I might as well be your high school economics teacher. And please don't write me if you're a high school economics professor. I had to compare myself to someone, and it was just your day. So basically, I'm not, particularly entertaining. Um, but if you want some good instruction on how to turn, a couple of these into one of these down here, um, then you might want to check out this series. Now, I know that these videos are not exciting and they're very long, but I didn't want to cut any corners. So I've sped up some of the footage if it's just really mundane, but I have every step that you have to do to make, in this case, the helmets. So my suggestion would be, even though they're very long videos, I would watch all 4 videos, and then after you've watched them all, go get the stuff that you need and build along while watching it a second time. That way you can learn from my mistakes, because I show those as well. Now, one suggestion I do have, and you don't have to do this obviously, but when you go to buy little foam pads at, in my case, Home Depot, but you can get them at other places as well. I noticed at Home Depot they have these right alongside. They're thin, very thick rubber, and this is the best work surface that I've found to work on. It's resistant to glue. It is easily the best cutting surface I have ever had. And I'm an advertising art director, and I learned the trade of a commercial artist back when you used X-Acto knives. So I've been exposed to a lot of cutting surfaces, and this is by far the best. It's completely resistant, but it won't dull your blades. So I hope you'll join me in this series, and I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming videos.